Hello and welcome back to another EDC Sunday. Thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate it. But first, let's get some business out of the way. I see in the analytics that only 90%, there's 90% of you that watch, but you're not subscribed. I'm not quite sure why, but if you want to see more, like, share, and subscribe, and click that notification bell so that you can see when I upload new videos. I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's going to be a little tough call to do. I mean, I get it, but with your help, I know I can do it. So today, what I want to show you is actually a Christmas gift. It was an early gift from my youngest son. Him and I kind of do the whole knife thing for Christmas a lot of times, and this year is no exception, except this year he got me one banger of a knife, and I am really super proud to show you and go through some of the pros and cons of this knife. If you follow my Instagram, you see that I've done some photos of it, and I think they turned out really good. If not, I'll also link my Instagram down below as well. So go over there, follow that, and help me get to 1,000 subscribers on Instagram. Yeah, I'm really low on subscribers. I need them everywhere pretty much. So if you would, I'd greatly appreciate it. That would be awesome. I'd love it. So, but I digress. So let's get to the knife. That knife is on something new. I had a buddy of mine actually make me a knife display. And I'll get into that a little bit later. So if you want to know where I got this, he has an Etsy, and I will share that with you in a little bit. But first, the knife. He bought me this. This is the Kizer Mini Roach. And as soon as I walked in the door that night, when he said he dropped off my Christmas present, I tell you what, I was absolutely stoked. I've been wanting a Kizer for a while and just haven't pulled the trigger on one. And then when I saw that it was the Mini Roach, I mean, this thing is fantastic. It's a flipper with a steel liner lock. The blade steel is 154 cm, and I looked that up. It's actually a pretty good composite from China. It has a really good hardness, corrosion resistance, and it actually holds an edge really well from what I have researched. The scales are G10, and they have this really awesome octagonal design carved into it. Just a phenomenal looking knife. The hardware is all black. It has a deep pocket carry, which is also done in black. The other neat part is around where the pivot is, they've actually got kind of a tan retainer. And I think that really just sets it off. It almost gives it kind of a fisheye look, which, if you can see that, really looks sharp on this knife. The blade is done in a black etch with a stonewash finish. And all of the edges have been hit really well with that stone wash to really give it that patinaed look and just really makes it killer cool. It also has a laser etched logo into the blade itself, which is a flat grind, and just absolutely looks phenomenal. The ergonomics are just about perfect for my hand. I mean, they just fall right into place. Even when you choke up on the knife a little bit, it's got a huge finger choil right there, and your finger just falls right in. again, just super nice. There are a few downsides to this knife. The size of this knife is spot on. It has a 3-inch blade with I think it's a 2.75 cutting edge. So the actual edge minus the choil is 2.75. It is 3.88 ounces. So it's still fairly lightweight, but it's got just enough heft in it that you know you've got a nice knife in your hand. The overall length is 7.13 inches, I believe. And the close length is 4.125 inches. So those are really good specs. And when open, it has a very nice balance. Right on that first finger choil right here, that is about its balance point, surprisingly enough. So I just love that. Drop point blades are kind of my thing. I really enjoy those. Deployment is a flipper tab, like I said, but it also does have like a, you know, like the Spidey hole and Spyderco's, so you can flip it with your thumb. Also, I've done it a few times, but I'm not good at it. See, I can't front flip it. Oh, almost, but still, you could if you're better at it than I am. Now, there are a few downsides to this knife. Now, as much as I love this and as much as I carry it every day, there's 3 points to this knife that are kind of a gripe for me. Now, even though I pretty much carry this one every day, except for, you know, work, I have a different knife that I carry that I can abuse. But on this one, because of the octagonal cutouts and designs in it, when you go to put it in your pocket or take it out of your pocket, that octagonal design right by the pocket clip wants to stick on the inside of your pocket, and it really is a pain to get in or out. I mean, Matt Deignan designed this. Matt, dude, why didn't you make it so it was smooth right underneath that pocket clip so it was easier to pull out? I mean, that would have been pretty easy. But it's a gripe. You know, it's just one of those things. I still love it. The other part that I think you really dropped the ball on is when you do go to choke up on it, where's my jimping on the back? There should have been jimping back here. I mean, because now your finger just slides there instead of getting a nice good grip on it. I mean, that was a complete miss. Again, it's minor, but still, that would have made this top of my list for an EDC. I mean, but hey, I mean, I didn't design it. You did. So if you make another one, maybe add some jimping on the back of it. That would actually make that really, really nice back there. The other problem I have with this is, and I've already covered it, that 154 cm steel, from what I've researched, has a very, very good rating as far as how well it holds an edge and takes an edge. But for as sharp as mine felt coming out of the box, it doesn't seem to hold up as well as I think it should. And I don't really use it for anything, you know, out of the ordinary, opening a few boxes here and there, maybe a letter or so, or a few other things, maybe some food prep. But I've just noticed lately that it's not quite as sharp as it once was. And maybe it's just me, and maybe I just need to touch up the edge. Maybe it wasn't as sharp out of the box as I thought. But again, that could be just, you know, 1 out of 1,000 that I got that wasn't quite sharpened right. And I'll just have to get my sharpener out and touch it up and see if it gets any better. But other than that, this is a fantastic knife. I can't really tell you what my son paid for it because it was a Christmas gift, and that would kind of, well, ruin the whole gift kind of thing. But from what I understand, these are around 50 to 75 in that market area. So it's a very affordable knife with just absolute great looks, great action. It's fantastic. I love this knife. This has become my first go-to carry, and if you are a fan of these kind of knives at all, you're gonna love it. So now, with that said, if you're looking for some kind of woodworking to be done, you need to check out my buddy. He is in Loveland, Colorado, but he does ship. He also has an Etsy. I don't have that right in front of me, but I will link that in the description below. So if you are looking for something, go check out his Etsy. I know that he has a cigar ashtray that he just recently made that was on there. I don't know if it's still there or not, but go check it out, where he actually uses a small iron skillet and then a block of wood where that sits in so you can take that out and dump it. He made this out of the actual same piece of wood that my cigar ashtray was made out of, that he made for me last year. You've probably seen it in a few videos, but this one is just phenomenal. Honestly, I don't know woods very well, but I believe this was walnut, or is walnut, and it is a raw side where he just made this up for me. I asked him for a knife display, and he made it up, and it's on my dresser. I put my favorite knives on there and switch them out once in a while, and that's where I pick my knives up from every morning. So if you like this and you want to see some other stuff that he's done, go check him out. He's done some really cool stuff. So with all that said, I want to thank you again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to make many more, as long as you people subscribe. You got to subscribe so I can make more. I mean, without you, I won't be anywhere, and well, it's just not fun unless I've got people watching. So, and as I've said in the past, EDC will make you go broke. But what a fun way to go broke. So, thank you very much. All of you have a fantastic holiday season, and thank you.